that could happen sometime next year.
How much more of an impact when you take a look at the direction of the yen? Is it really more in the face of what the Fed does? And of course, lots of questions over what the Fed does now with the collapse of SVB. Does the Fed or does BOJ really have more control over where the currency pair goes here?
Well, I think what is happening is probably the result of Bank of Japan policies, and as I said, that it will probably go toward 120 in the short period of time.
What sort of expectations do you have for the new governor Ueda? Do you assume that he will take a couple of months to settle into the role? We shouldn't expect any major changes. Are we looking at the June meeting for something a little bit more significant in terms of the start of any kind of meaningful policy change?
Well, I don't think that he will make any major policy change for some time to come. He will continue the path that has been taken before. So there won't be any supplies for some time, I think.
If we don't see any change for some time at least, are you concerned about the market functioning? We've been talking about the dysfunction, given of course it's very long, QE, unprecedented in previous administrations, under previous governors.
Well, I don't think that there would be any
There's a
problem
thing
with
in
the
front of
market.
the
I
over
think,
bag. You order
is
something?
continuing what has been done. And I think the market would, roll out very soon.
So for Kabara's what do you think is the biggest change that Japan needs?
Biggest change. What do you mean by that?
Whatever you choose, however you choose,
Wouldn't say this way.
for the future.
Well, I think Japanese economy has been doing fairly well, so I don't expect any major problem facing Japanese economy at this moment. I'm quite relaxed. The path that Japanese economy has been following for up to now, and probably near future.
Spring water.
Always great to have you with us, former Japanese Vice Finance Minister. Take a look at banking stocks trading in Tokyo so far. This is what we're looking when it comes to the future session, as we see continued implications for downside when the start of cash trading begins. We saw both diversified banks and regional banks falling by just about 5.5% in the Friday session. As we get into the start of this week, we will see sort of how much of that anxiety is really dispelled by the fact that we have seen some dramatic moves when it comes to the US really saying that all SVB deposits are safe. They've created this new backstop for the banks, that these actions will now fully protect depositors' money from SVB, really seeking to limit the impact of the fallout and creating protection for depositors, while saying that this is not a repeat of 2008, this is not a bailout. We'll see whether that trickles through to sentiment-wise for the banks. We haven't seen a better day when it comes to sentiment for trading in Australian lenders today, but we did see Asian bank shares really folding in reaction to the crisis that played out on Friday. Bloomberg Intelligence, I should say, really seeing that the region faces limited contagion risk due to better growth prospects. We have more diverse customers here, and also asset quality is improving as well across Asia. Well, coming up next, also looking at Signature Bank that will closed by New York State regulators. We take a look at the impact on the broader crypto world next. This is Bloomberg.
Welcome in, everybody. Let me,
Life never slows down.
23 people in. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me, get my,
Steadily with our high-yield savings
let me get my, YouTube out so that I can actually see what everybody's saying, since apparently it's not working as usual.
with our new bump up
Hey, Trading with J-Ride, welcome in. So basically what I wanted to talk about real quickly here, and I don't have a ton of time, but I wanted to come live just in case anybody had any questions. I gotta go. I don't know where I put my controller. The volume is. Whatever. So basically what's going on is Signature Bank, and it's, so good evening. 7:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, March 12th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I'd appreciate it if you could hit that like button, as it really does help push me through the analytics, and more people can come here and see this live.
Let's get more on the widening implications of SVB's collapse with authorities in the U.S. saying with closed down Signature Bank and key intermediary became cryptos and fiat currency. For more crypto reporter Sebastian Goss joins us now with the latest. Sebastian, we are hearing that the FDIC.
Sorry, had to help my son with one thing. So anyhow, Signature Bank was closed by the New York regulators, and why this is important is Silicon Valley Bank. It's a big 16th biggest bank in the United States, but it's a big lending firm for crypto startups and venture capitalists and tech companies. Well, this is another big crypto bank, and the New York state regulators forced it to shut down a short time ago. I believe they said systemic risk, and they don't want bank bailouts or bank runs. So basically, this is to block whatever they think is going to happen. But I don't think this is the right way to approach it, because I think more and more people will come tomorrow are going to try to get their money out. I really do. This isn't exactly what you want to be happening right now. I mean, I imagine if you have your money in the bank. Like, I don't keep a lot of money in the bank for these very reasons. Sorry, I'm just going through and making sure everything's on. You guys know how it goes. I appreciate everybody hitting that like button too. 23 likes already. That's incredible. I really appreciate it. But what's going on is the regulators are forcing Signature Bank to close down. And we're going to read through this. J-Ride, thanks for commenting. I appreciate you tuning in and watching. But there's also another story going on as well. Circle right now, and this is why you need to pay attention. This is why I wanted to go live. So in case anybody had any questions, and if you could share this, I'd greatly appreciate it, because the more people we get in here, the less people have to wonder and go through the FUD-free stuff, or deal with the bullshit, and you can at least get a FUD-free experience here and understand what's going on. So, but Circle is scrambling right now after to write USDC after Signature Bank failure, and USDC is trying to repeg. Circle is trying to repeg USDC to the US dollar, because it fell down to like 87, I believe it was. So I mean, that's just unbelievably bad. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I don't know if I've ever seen USDC go that low, at least that quickly. So I'm gonna pull up now, just in case anybody decides to chat and whatnot. I'm just gonna put it on my phone, since even when I look like this, it doesn't show even the one person who commented as of now. So, but yeah, the 34 people watching, I greatly appreciate you. But enough of the dilly-dallying. We need to get into this. So, Signature Bank, which is in New York. So basically, to give you a little synopsis of what's going on here, because I think it's only fair. Most people are like, what the fuck's Signature Bank? And I would think the same thing. So for that reason, I take the more simplistic approach so that I can show everybody exactly what's going on. So Signature Bank is a full-service commercial bank headquartered in New York City with branches throughout the metropolitan New York area. It was founded in 2001 and has grown rapidly, becoming one of the largest banks in the city. Signature Bank provides a wide range of financial products and services to individuals, businesses, and institutions, including deposits, accounts, loans, credit cards. Let's see real quick. I was hoping it would be able to do that. Institutions including deposits, loans, credit cards, and wealth management services. The bank prides itself on its personalized service and innovative technology and has won numerous awards for its customer satisfaction and financial performance. In addition to Signet, Signature Bank has also announced plans to offer its institutional clients, and this is, I wanted to show you how much they're in crypto, the cryptocurrency custody services, enabling them to securely store and manage digital assets. The bank has stated that it believes cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology have the potential to transform the financial industry and that it wants to be at the forefront of this transformation. And I believe they started this venture with crypto in 2018. And then it's worth noting that while Signature Bank has embraced cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, it also takes a cautious approach to ensure compliance with regulations and protect against fraud and other risks associated with digital assets. But that didn't work out too well. As you know, the regulators shut them down. So we're going to read into this right now. So if you have any questions, I would obviously let me know. If you want to know anything, XRP Perfection Monday is definitely going to be lit. I agree with that. And if you're watching, make sure to hit that like button, as we have 42 people watching, 32 likes. I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button. It would help push me through the analytics. So Signature Bank is now that we know what Signature Bank is, Signature Bank is closed by regulators, the third U.S. bank failure in a week. Another big crypto bank has vanished, with the Treasury, FDIC, and Federal Reserve citing systemic risk at Signature, while promising Silicon Valley bank depositors will have access to all of their funds on Monday. So Signature Bank, one of the two big U.S. destinations for crypto companies, has been closed by New York regulators. All depositors of this institution will be made whole, the Treasury, Federal Reserve, and Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation said in a joint statement. This is the third major bank that has fallen in the space of a week, and investors are spooked. The joint announcement that depositors will be protected above $250,000, guaranteed by the FDIC, appears to be meant to reassure banking customers that their money will not be frozen. Signature had $88.59 billion in deposits as of December 31st, 2022. The New York Department of Financial Services has taken possession of the bank. So, bank balance, folks, are going to become very real. Right now, this sounds a lot more like bank bailouts to me if they're going to insure everything over $250K. Where do you think this money's going to come from after, folks? And the government doesn't have this money. How the hell do you think they're getting this money? They don't have the money. Real time with both crypto banks gone, it may be harder to get back into dollars. Additionally, the Fed's announcement... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Additionally, the Fed announcement said that depositors at Silicon Valley Bank will also be made whole. That's good news for crypto, since stablecoin provider Circle was keeping $3.3 billion of its reserves there. Circle operates USDC, a token that is always meant to be worth $1 and an important part of crypto payments. Also, the statement, the regulator said that depositors of Silicon Valley Bank, a non-crypto bank that failed on March 10th following a bank run, will have access to their uninsured deposits on Monday. The statement noted that in both cases, no losses will be paid for by taxes. Okay, well, how are you going to do that without paying for taxes? If anybody has the answer to that, I would love to hear it if you're watching. There's 46 people watching. Enlighten me. Enlighten me how that's possible. How could you not? I don't understand. How could you do it without taxes? Oh, that's right. They could just print money, which eventually we pay for in taxes. I mean, I don't know. Am I an asshole? So, and then this just came out at 22 minutes ago. Circle scrambles to write USDC after Signature Bank failure. So, Circle Internet Financial, and if you don't know who Circle is, they're the ones with Coinbase who helped create USDC. It's supposed to be an easier way to send the US dollar back and forth, and yada, yada, yada. And it's supposed to be always pared 1-to-1 with the US dollar, or pegged 1-to-1, but it was not. It went down to like 87 on Saturday, but now it's back up to like 98.6. And the crypto market's pumping because it's manipulated. It's manipulated. You look up, it goes down. You look down, it goes up. But all we do know is here in the short term that more than likely we're going down because of all the stuff that's going on in the broader financials. Wait till more of these smaller banks and bigger banks start getting on board. They're not going to be able to bail in everybody, or bail out, I should say. Eventually, this train's going to stop, folks. It's no joke that they're going to bail out Silicon Valley Bank. That's where all the big wigs, all the tech people, all the people that are in the higher standard of living go to that bank. I mean, it's almost like they're the government's right-hand tools. So, you know, It's one big, you know what over there. So Circle scrambles to write USDC after Signature Bank failure. Circle Internet Financial is racing to find new banking partners for its USDC stablecoin. So Circle Internet Financial's 3.3 billion cash reserves. Problem was seemingly solved Sunday when federal regulators promised that depositors of failed Silicon Valley Bank would be made whole in a short order. But Circle's USD stablecoin isn't out of the woods. That's because Signature Bank, another critical financial institution to the crypto industry broadly and to the USDC specifically, has just gone up in smoke. On Sunday, New York State officials shuttered Signature in order to protect depositors, making it the third crypto-friendly bank to go dark in 4 days. Circle CEO, and if you don't know, Silvergate was the first one. Circle CEO Jeremy Eller acknowledged on Twitter that this meant that a company could no longer mint or redeem USDC through Signature's Signet products. So USDC can't be minted through Signature's Signet, and they also can't mint it through, obviously, Silicon Valley Bank because it's gone under. And they can't do it at Signature. What's it? I just said which one. But anyhow, Silvergate. So with all these things going on, there's no way for them. How are they going to mint all this USDC? So anyhow, let's keep reading. So that has meant that the company can no longer mint or redeem USDC through Signature's Signet product. So Signature's sudden failure leaves a key part of the crypto industry's back-end infrastructure in limbo. Signet, it's a blockchain-based real-time payment system that's supposed to work 24/7. You know, I know of a company that could probably solve this problem. They do real-time payments 24/7. I believe it's called, I don't know, RippleNet, and they use a thing called XRP, but, you know, what do I know? They also had their money on, with Silicon Valley Bank, so good thing that it got bailed out by the government, huh? Signature's sudden future leaves a key part of the crypto industry back, and so you see right there, it just... So Coinbase and many crypto trading firms use Signet, but with the death of Signature, Signet 2 has gone kaput. So, I mean, goodbye to a 24/7 payment system. Maybe we're slowly but surely fading into the XRP takeover. Yes, we're going to have much more downside likely, but this could be just another step in which, hey, Ripple, the XRP ledger with RippleNet, XRP as the main source to push it. I mean, it's starting to look better and better by the day. When contacted, Sunday officials staffing Signet said they were in the dark on what would happen to Signet, but expected to learn more information soon. LAR said in another tweet that the company would be bringing on a new transaction banking partner and automated minting and redemption potentially as soon as tomorrow. The fate of Signet proved important for Coinbase too. In its third quarter shareholder letter, Coinbase, another key company for USDC, said it had joined Signet to allow for real-time payments and settlements. Users can now add USDC to the Web3 ecosystem in under 10 minutes. The company said in the letter, Coinbase spokespeople did not immediately return a request for comment. So now with Coinbase, does that mean you should take your money out of Coinbase too? I've been saying that for a very long time. So late Friday, Coinbase paused redemptions between US dollars and USDC and said they would reopen Monday when normal banking hours resumed. You better hope, anybody who's in Coinbase better hope that is the truth. USDC lost its peg to the US dollar on Friday hours after SVP entered FDIC receivership. And amid uncertainty about how much of its funds were actually held in the bank, Circle eventually said it held $3.3 billion, or about 8% of the funds backing USDC were held at SVB. As of press time, USDC has gotten closer to regaining its peg to the dollar, trading at around 0.99. Circle also likely holds some amount of USDC reserves with Signature, though regulators have pledged to make Signature depositors whole too. So that's basically what's going on right now. So that's just a look around the news right there. It's not pretty right now. So if you're watching, make sure that like button, as it does help push me through the analytics. Quick look at XRP as it's at the 3732, depending on which chart, or 3688 with USDT, which is a pretty wide spread right now. Bitcoin's just over 22K and everything but USDT. But XRP has had a nice little push. It looks like we created this. It could be a big W reversal. We don't know. We've seen this before where it came up and then got rejected. This could be building a formation, but we've got to get past this downtrending resistance up here for XRP at the 383, 384 level. Otherwise, we're just filling out what it looks like a falling channel, which I put it in because the broadening wedge, it doesn't seem like that's what it's in. I mean, it could be a broadening wedge, but that would suggest it's a guaranteed bullish reversal, and we have a lot of volatility here. So I still think it's more of a falling channel in the short term. But if you break it out into a longer time frame, into the more expanded view, you can see how we have to actually go up just a tiny bit higher to about the 388 level before we could ever break out into a much bigger breakout with XRP, because this is a much bigger descending triangle, it looks like. And the all-time pattern, if we could get past this downtrending resistance, that could open it up to about 42.6. And then if you break the uptrending support at about 338, that's the 2020 uptrend. Then you would have to come down here to the 2017 uptrend, and that's how you get the further numbers. But right now we're trapped within a zone, and you know, it's a very thing. But I don't feel like going through the charts real deep right now. I wanted to share the news, and then if anybody had any questions, and then the total crypto market cap. There's one little divergence that I see here. It's up to 981 billion. But you can see, let's see if it still continues the price divergence with volume. It sure does. Even in the 4-hourly, you can see this. The price had a nice breakout. We're up to a very critical resistance right here in the pattern at 985 billion approximately. I still think 990 billion is a better way to show it. Well, not 990 because we came down in this downtrending resistance, so it's actually better at 986 because that's where it's at right now as this pattern continues to come down. But the problem is right now what I'm noticing is we've got rising price action in here. Let me get my drawing tool out. We have rising price action. So price action is going up. But down here you see the volume. The volume is coming down pretty hard here. But the price is going up. Volume coming down. So we have a divergence here, and that's a negative divergence, or a bearish divergence, I suppose you could say, but a negative divergence when it comes to price action and volume. And that's bearish once it gets to the top of whatever it's deciding to do. I don't know if it's going to have enough to get to 1.04. But right now it looks like it would have to consolidate at least and retest 940, confirm it's in this pattern formation, and at least confirm that it's moved up. So a lot of stuff going on in the broader markets, and if you have anything to add, I would love to hear it. I would. There's a lot of people here. I'm surprised, but if you would like to add anything to it, I would love to hear. JW, welcome in. Another one certainly does bite the dust, indeed. I mean, these exchanges are going down like, I don't even know what they're going down like. They're just falling like fucking dropping like flies. And then you see like the futures is up 285 in the Dow, S&P's up 46, NASDAQ's up 152. So despite all of this, you know, they're going to try to pump up these markets a little bit. I think it's to make sure nobody takes all their stuff out. Like, if I'm being honest, all this just reminds, it just makes me want to think they don't want anybody to take their stuff out. And that's honest to God's truth. So that's what I got. That's what I see. Unless anybody has anything to add, I just wanted to do a quick, you know, do this, let everybody see what was going on, and call it a day here. Quick 30 minutes. You know, sometimes a quick 30 minutes is better than nothing. Hey, Darren, what's going on, my friend? Welcome in. Yeah, I just wanted to go over some of the stuff that was going on. We kind of did a rapid fire thing. We went through the circle with USDC. We went through Signature Bank, and there's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on right now with Signature Bank. So, and I mean, in the background, they're talking about the. I mean, if you're paying attention, they're talking about the SVP. They're talking about this in the background. I got to grab some water, but you can certainly watch what they're talking about real quick. The window for buying is certainly, it's certainly getting smaller, and the problem is as the prices go down, if they do go down, it looks like it's going to be harder and harder to buy, not just because because people don't have money, but because it's going to be harder and harder to put money on. All these crypto banks are going under, and they're not going to be able to bail out every single bank. They're just not going to be able to do it. Need to grab it on the way down. Timing is everything now if you want cheap price. Yep, it sure is. And we're already at cheap prices, but what happens? I mean, what happens if there really is a bank run in the USA? I'm being serious. What happens if there's a bank run? It almost looks like having like a Cash App or a Venmo or PayPal because they actually have, their own little ways to keep little savings accounts. At least you can go to the ATM and take your money out in different avenues instead of just keeping it in a bank. It's becoming very risky now in the U.S. to keep your money in a bank, and I'm a component of buying precious metals for these very reasons, just so at least you can preserve some of your wealth. But it's a 3-to-1 relationship. Only 1/3 of it's precious metals. 1/3 you've got to have in cash, and 1/3 you've got to have in the bank anyhow to pay your bills and to play the government game. It's just with the way things are at, you've got to have your money in different avenues. Yeah, oh yeah, I hear you. Yep. I mean, Kraken's one of the ones that I can send it from any exchange over to Kraken and instantly put it into my bank if I want to. That's why I like Kraken, because at least in the USA I can still do that. I don't trade on it. I just use it as a hub to get it into my bank account, ironically. But, like, it's another reason why, like, you need to be in different ones that allow you to keep your money in your actual native fiat. Like, some of the exchanges, like, why I tell people on BitGet and some of these other ones, if you're going to use it, send your money there to buy the crypto and then send the crypto off, because they don't let you store your actual fiat. It has to be in USDC or USDT or something else. Other ones like Uphold and some of the other ones, they let you keep your money in at least your native fiat. But, so just... just so Signature Bank shut down and placed under FDIC control. So if you're just tuning in, so this is the Federal Reserve. Actually, you know what? I actually liked another one. They actually had the local news in New York. They actually did an article, which I actually thought was interesting when I read it. See if I can find it. Again, they bury it a little bit. Like the Asian markets are falling, which is the funny thing. So let's take a look at the Asian markets. The U.S. markets are, well, I'm not going to take a look at it, but you can see it on the back once it comes back across. But the Asian markets are plummeting, but the U.S. markets are pumping. I mean, it's unbelievable. See, look at this. This is what everybody needs to pay attention with Circle. So Circle CEO, Darren, look at this real quick. Darren, you're on here still. So Circle CEO with closure of Signature Bank Company will not be able to process minting and redemption through Signet. So Circle CEO says 100% of USDC reserves are also safe and secure, and company will complete transfer for remaining SVB cash to BNY Mellon. Circle CEO says with closure of Signature Bank, company will not be able to process minting and redemption through Signet, will be relying on settlements through BNY Mellon. So what happens if BYN Mellon, is that one we should be looking at now that it's going to go bankrupt? Because first Circle said it was going through Silicon Valley after Silvergate went down. Then all of a sudden they were going through Signature Bank, and now Signet got shut down. So does that mean, what is it? BNY Mellon? That's the next one to go down. Circle CEO says we'll be bringing on a new transaction banking partner with automated minting and redemption, potentially as soon as tomorrow, source text. I mean, what the hell does that mean? Who are these? I mean, this is like if you want the first string and then all of a sudden you're on like the 8th person because everybody else is getting knocked out. So 1 hour ago, regulators closed New York Signature Bank, say depositors will be made whole. New York State regulators closed Signature Bank. 11 hours ago, U.S. government moves in to stop potential banking crisis, which we already know about that. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff going on right now. And a lot of this is just crazy. Like, I mean, let's see if anything in crypto. So Bitcoin jumps after U.S. government intervenes on Silicon Valley Bank, up 6.7%. Circle CEO with closure of Signature Bank Company will not be able to process minting and redemption. We already know this. Yeah, we did, Darren. We did know this was coming, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, There's only so much you can make of this. There really is. So I appreciate 59 people watching. If you could hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. As we're just trying to digest the market here together. So I do appreciate everybody watching. I do. Oh, let's see. Let's go. I think we already looked at all the news. Not even not even really sure what else to look at because we already looked at Signature Bank. We looked at the Circle stuff, which is the two breaking things right now. Because Circle, if they can't mint the USDC, that's a big problem. Let's go. Let's just type in Circle real quick. So Circle USD stablecoin breaks peg with 3.3 billion stuck at Silicon Valley Bank. So it's amazing that it repegged already when the bank's not even open until tomorrow. So I mean, like I said, there's a lot of manipulation going on, and I think these kind of things really do show the manipulation firsthand. I do. I really do. Is XRP bringing them all down along with the SEC? I mean, it makes one wonder, JW. Yeah, it's cool to see you in here, Darren. I mean, I won't be able to stay on much longer, but I just wanted to come on and, do this. This will be my last contact for the night because I did 2 updates, but I figured I would do a live in case anybody wanted to come on. It's nice to see so many people in here. It really is. I do appreciate everybody. If you're watching and you're not part of it, and you want to talk, join Tom's Army. Or if you're somebody watching and you want to show some added support, I know you can share subs on YouTube now, I think. I don't know. I got a thing in the email. I never know how true any of this stuff is on YouTube because their platform is not the greatest for lives. But sometimes you got to do it, You have to do it.
The Chinese Center for Disease Control and Prevention says positivity rates for flu jumped to about 42% last week from 25%.
So Signature Bank shut down by state authority. I wanted to see if we could find the Signature Bank news. I think it was 7, ABC 7 or something. Yep. New York. Right here, Signature Bank. There's ABC 7, New York, and Chicago. They both had a story. Now, it happened in New York, so let's see what they're saying on ABC 7 News in New York. So, New York Department of Financial Service takes possession of Signature Bank. Financial Service has taken possession of Signature Bank. The move was made to protect depositors. Superintendent Adriana Harris announced on Sunday Signature Bank is a New York State chartered commercial bank and is FDIC insured with total assets of approximately $110.36 billion and total deposits of approximately $88.59 billion as of December 31st, 2022. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of stuff in there. Really is. Same to you, JW. Same to you, brother. Darren, the beta setup in the Telegram is another level, mate. You certainly building some. Yeah, I like how that is. I do. I like how it is. A little bit of, sometimes there's a little bit too much back and forth, with certain conflicts. But other than that, I think it's something different. But I call it a beta because it's going to take time for everybody to get used to it. Governor Kathy Hochul released a statement saying throughout the weekend, DFS Superintendent Adriana Harris and I have been working closely with federal partners on ways to stabilize the banking sector and protect the hard-earned money of New York. Who gives a fuck? So, basically, these are just the bigger crypto banks that are being shut down. So, I mean, we could look and see on our own time, or what are the biggest crypto banks? Biggest crypto banks in USA. Yeah, it's just going to show all the stuff that's probably coming up. So the top banks investing in crypto and blockchain technology. Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon. There you go. That's the one that Circle is going to right now. to print the USDC. That's BNY Mellon, New York, United States. 2.3 billion. Number of investments 3. Size of funding bounds as of proxy of investment 690 million. And their companies invested in Talos, Coinmetrics, and Fireblocks. Let's see. Yeah, so they're on one of these on this list at least. At least we know BNY Mellon. So, I mean, these are some of the banks we probably have to be looking out for next. I would say Morgan Stanley, Citi, HSB, some of these ones, Wells Fargo will probably be ones that we might see in the future. Let's see if we can find any other banks. That's interesting. This is from 2021. Let's see. The 10 best. Oh, I need it. I don't know why it would say Canada. 13 best crypto-friendly banks. So let's see. Revolt, Quantic, Ally Bank, USAA, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Juno, WireX, Fedora, Bank Pro, JP Morgan Chase, Monzo, and Simple. So, I mean, I wonder if any of these are going to come under fire now. So, I mean, that's basically all I have to say. Now we're just kind of looking, grasping at straws here. This are going to be funding the bank supplies. Interesting. This is like Moby Dick and Crypto Holdings. JW, I'm glad you're enjoying. I appreciate everybody who's actually sticking around and watching. Wow, 52 likes with 54 people watching. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, anybody have any questions? We just sitting along for the ride. Like USDC is up to 9831 now, so it's almost back. It's almost back. We got crypto pumping pretty hard. Really hard. Some of it is. How much farther can it pump? I mean, that's the question. That is the question. Some of these are coming up to levels that... What's XLM got? Maybe up to 8.5, but I mean, that's going to be major area. I don't know if it's going to have enough strength to get past there. I really don't. I mean, look at the volume. All this crypto is pumping, but there's no freaking volume. It's almost like they're setting up a huge trap here. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I would say we're setting up a big trap here. Even XRP, at least XRP got that one candle there. But I mean, it's not like it's not knock my socks off, but at least it's something. You can see the volume's decreasing as these candles go on. That's very bearish. It's almost like it's going to come up and get rejected again. This isn't exactly what I would want for a little breakout here. I would like to see a breakout with some supporting volume. Even Bitcoin. As it goes through the 30-minute segments, it's starting to cut off with volume here. DGB's had a hell of a rally as well. It's been pretty... When you look at the volume in comparison, there's nothing. There's no... I mean, that's a very low volume trajectory for to be pushing out of here. I mean, look at this volume over here. A little bit of volume here, but on this, there's nothing there. Even if we want to make volume, it's going up. That's when it always scares me. Yes, we're going up, and a lot of people are probably buying, but there's no volume to support this move any farther than probably the breakdown. And for XLM, we had the breakdown right up here at... where was it at? That's not the first break. Right here. At the 842. So I drew that yellow line to show that we could possibly come back up there in the future. Now, can we break past that? If we don't get any volume, it's going to be very hard to push much higher than we already are. Just like that with XRP. We don't have much volume to support anything. I don't hate when XRP goes up. I would like it to show some promise. The volume's not there. I mean, look at the volume breaking down. I mean, this is a classic case of rising price and crashing volume, and it always leads to a crash after. I mean, look at this. That's pretty evident right there. That's a pretty big rise in the price. But that volume, you know, that's crashing. We need a candlestick like if it pushed up and did something like that, and we got some volume that started triggering in. That's what we want. Otherwise, we're going to trigger down. If XOM or if XRP was at 7 cents based on right now's environment, somewhere between 1.5, probably around 1.5 cents, roughly 1.5 cents, if I had to guess, 1.5, 1.75 cents. I don't think it would flip a zero. I think it would be about 1.5 cents. Be about 4.5 times less than XRP at that point. But I mean, this is XRP in a nutshell. If we look at it, like, what's the volume? How much volume do we have? There is none. I mean, there's some, but for a breakout, you're talking 923,000. This 30-minute candle is over in less than 2 minutes. Then we had 1.09 million, 1.93, 1.36. You get the picture. On this dump down, this is the point. On the dump down, we're getting 3.3, 5.7, 6.5, 3.2, 4.8. On the push up, we're getting 939,000, 1.02, 1.82, 400,000, 1.96 million on the one candle. So, I mean, you're getting 3, 4, 5 times the amount of volume here on most of this push down, especially in the start of it. So you want to see more volume. You want to see volume breaking out to the top side. This just looks like it's the re-push up, and it's kind of like short coverings. You know? I mean, I don't know how else to put it. They have these quick moves up and down for the 20x or higher leverage traders, and even the 10 and 5 and 2, but mostly for the 20x or higher. You know what? The 10x or higher, because you don't really need that big of a move to start liquidating people. And right now, the volume, it's just, to me, the overall volume isn't there. Look how low the volume is. I wish I could say, hey, the volume's great. And I enjoy watching XRP go up. I do. It's just I have to be realistic with the environment we're in. Bitcoin, let's just compare Bitcoin with the dump down volume over here. Here, let's this big dump down candle. We had 6,000 Bitcoin, and then it went immediately down. It wasn't much. There was 1,865 Bitcoin. And then down here, you know, we had 1,500, 3,000 on 1,600, 3,300, 2,400, 900. But the point is how did we get any huge candles here? 1,700, 2,200. There's not even one that's 3,000 or more. I mean, these are all great that we're getting candles, but there's not a lot of volume within these. There was a candle 3 times bigger on that first drop down. Now, this is like these retest areas. Can it continue to go up? Absolutely. But you would like to see a big influx of volume to support this move. Right now, the broader move is not being supported, so it makes me worried. You know, now we're coming up. Here's the major overhead resistance here, too. So we finally come up here. 22,220 approximately. We're up there right now. So, yeah, the manipulation is absolutely running rampant. It's pretty insane, actually. Pretty insane. So... But yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm starting to, my voice is getting a little tired after all the updates today and just doing this. It just gets to a point to where you get tired of talking. So that's what I'm seeing, you know. Oh, it's very obvious the manipulation. So what do we think? Do you think Bitcoin's going to go over this area and get up farther towards the 25,000, or is this where Bitcoin gets rejected? I'm just curious what everybody thinks. And like the U.S. government continues to stab us in the back. They continue to stab us in the back by bailing everybody out. Eventually, they're not going to be able to bail everybody out. Yep, it is. It's pumping before the market's open right now, Darren. So, yeah, it's doing that right now. Exactly what you just said it's doing. So, but how high do you think it's going to go? How high do you think Bitcoin can get? I mean, do you think Monday morning it starts to come back to reality, or do you think they push this market way up? You know, you just can never tell. You can never tell. Yeah, I could see once the market's open, like all this being bullshit because they can do this in thinly traded markets. They could do this. This would be the time to do it, in my opinion. I know, JW, I have no fucking clue. Oh, we sure did on XRP. We were talking too. We sure did. And then it completely collapsed. Like a lot of these completely collapsed, but then you see it. What happens? A lot of people probably sold their stuff when it was dumping. And they said, I'd rather not hold it. You know, and then they just turn around the next day and it's even higher than it was before it dumped. But yes, not high enough to where it initially dumped. And now like the total crypto market cap, it's up and everybody's happy. But let's not forget. We were just competing with almost 1.10 trillion. And then we came down. Now, this is the first time, and this is why everybody needs to be on alert. We haven't retested the support structure on this upturning resistance now as resistance until now. We haven't proved whether or not it's support or it was just a fake out to the downside. So at some point we're coming back up here now. To say that we're breaking out now without confirming the break past this 984, which I like 990 billion, but I acknowledge it's come down now. So you'd have to say like 985. But it hasn't confirmed the breakout past this area now. It could be coming up here to get a rejection. And with that volume being so low on the total crypto market cap, that is scary. So on traditional volume, it's supposed to be up here. It's usually at about 170 billion. You'll see it pretty stable at around 170, 134. You know, it's pretty stable. Comes down here, though, on this push-up, 91 billion. All the way through, 93 on one of them. But look how low that is. It's supposed to be at about 170 when it's pushing normally. You'll even see it back here. Maybe not 170, but pretty close in here. 134, 121 when it's rising. When it's coming down, though, you can see the volume in 85, 88. Sometimes it's way down. But you don't want to see volume going lower on these push-ups. It's almost like this was an artificial manipulated push-up. That's a very big price distortion right there. With where the volume's at right here, you would expect the price to be coming down after this push-up right here. Now that the volume cut from 170 billion down to 91 billion, almost in half, you would not expect the price to be going up like that. That's a very big that's a negative divergence, as they call it. Don't think the bad news will end only more. I agree. I think March is going to be the month where everybody figured out that it may not be all roses in crypto. But right now you're seeing everything's up 5, 10, 15%. But what's it really up? Didn't it just dump all these numbers? We're just right back to where we were at before the dumps. That's the thing. Like XRP was over 40 cents and now it's hovering around 37.5 cents. Everybody's getting excited. It's still 1.5 cents or 2.5 cents cheaper than it was when everybody was excited last week. So they get people excited for these pumps, but it just dumped. And now it's pumping right back to the old area. In fact, the last time the total crypto market cap was in this area, it was using it as support after making a nice, fantastic pump up here. So this doesn't even look bullish unless it gets past 109, 1.095 and breaks that old high. This is just look at this. It's like, just look at this. If we just look at this together and we draw this out, like, look at this. If we just connect the dots, all it's doing is look how perfectly that came up for the retest. I mean, is that anything else than that? I mean, look at that downtrending resistance. We're not making things up here, folks. That's just how it goes. That's what's happening. I didn't need to put that up there because I've already got a downtrending resistance that happens, ironically, to hit in the same spot. So I don't need to have all these lines, but look at this. For being honest with ourselves, I mean, it needed to come up there. You know, I'm not doing any tomfoolery here. I'm just telling you the truth. Oh, I know. Tether's been doing well. I missed. Now, could this be the way to get everybody to run the Tether from USDC? And now USDC is up to 99.24. So, I mean, what is actually going on? Because they're saying that USDC, okay, tomorrow can get its money back. So where did all this come from? If they can't get their $3.3 billion or start getting it back until tomorrow, Where did all this come today? Where the hell did all of this money come from? And look, even on the dump, this is what doesn't add up again. This is another price is not adding up to the volume. On the breakdown of USDC, there was 3,000. I mean, I'm not lying to you. You can see it. 3,000, 2,500. Then it started coming up 2,000, 1,088. Then it had the squeeze of 776, which is normal. Then it starts breaking up. 1,038, 159, 184. Good. Then all of a sudden, right here is when we start having like, what the hell? 893. We start to hold 110. Then we come down with 2266. So a lot of volume pulling down compared to that push up. Now we start to hold. Now we start pushing up again. That's a squeeze. Now we have 1776, 1747. Now all of a sudden here on this 2-hour candle, we've only got 864 and there's only 22 minutes left. There is no way we're going to get up to the threshold where we need to. Like, this almost looks like it's meeting a wall right now. But where did they get all this money? With all that sell volume, it's like, where did all this money come from? That's the markets are so manipulated. It's so obvious. And look at Tether at 1.01. Look at all that money that came in, all the out of thin air printed. Like, it's not the money that was coming off of the USDC or any of these other banks that shut down. So where did all this come from? It's almost as if somebody knew to stick their money in Tether. 61 million, 39 million, 46 million, and then it dumps. 18 million. You see, it was a clear sign that it wasn't ready to break down. But now on the push back up, because this could be a bear flag that formed here, and this could just crash now. What if Tether crashes now? I don't know. There's something else going on here. We're talking aloud here, but there's something else going on here. I don't know. Gold's up. Let's see the dollar. Of course, the dollar's cratering right now. Dollar's cratering. Now we've fallen below a very critical uptrending resistance. Will we expect anything different with what had just happened? Hey, I appreciate that, Brett. Appreciate that. It sure is, Darren. Tether is absolutely being created for liquidity. Well, JW, my rambling on is coming to an end. I rambled on much too long. Maybe not for everybody. My voice. I don't get paid enough to not have a voice. You know? Let's see. But yeah, I mean, it looks like a bear flag is being put in with the U.S. dollar currency index. Definitely a bearish cross happened in the 2-hour. I'm assuming a death cross probably happened in the 30-minute. Oh, yeah, long ago. Oh, yeah, it's happening all across the board right now. I mean, that's what I want to see. Is this going to be able to cross here? That's X marks the spot. So that was the likely retest. So we're going to see if the total crypto market cap has any more higher ambitions here. But you guys can watch the TV real quickly.
Was up about 18% for the year of January, and now it's down. So this is really giving up on the Canadian trade and focusing on the risks that are out there, and that's geopolitics, U.S. relations, so Russia, and any kind of policies that
He's probably tired.
She kind of surrounding himself with allies and unopposed leadership was also one that was mentioned.
Thank you. U.S. financial regulators have moved to protect depositors on foreign banks. Silicon Valley Bank. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the new financial backstop will protect all depositors who have access to the monetary market. Meanwhile, the Fed is creating a new program that offers loans to banks under easier terms than syndicated loans. The Biden administration is sending American war restrictions on the export of 2 million euros to China. Fed makers, the biggest economic effort by Washington to counter Beijing's development of the semiconductor industry. India's government was close giving legal recognition to same-sex marriages in a landmark hearing last Monday. In its court filing, India's administration has said that marriage is accepted only between a man and a woman, and that any deviation can only be voted by lawmakers, not ruled by courts. The argument relates to the closely watched countries such as Thailand
Yeah, I found the other one.
Korea, where similar debates are gaining momentum. The news hard by more than 25 miles from both now in 20 countries and Bonnie.
They were in there
Sherry.
the whole time.
Right, Bonnie, coming up next, we'll have more on the SVB's fallout around the world. This is Bloomberg.
How could this be? It is a question.
The top 10 reasons why you'll save more at the Gardner White Anniversary Mattress Sale. Reason number 2, pay for a queen mattress, take home a king. Save $1,700 on a huge selection of top favorites. In stock with free same-day delivery. You
It
choose
said that they didn't have any
your
purified water.
size. King
Do you know why that whole crap? They
$191.
operate with purified.
Posturepedic or Beauty Rest. Plus, get free gifts.
And this is glacier water. That's why I wanted
Gardner White.
tap water.
Hace un tiempo me tracé un camino, algo que no ha sido fácil, pero cuando salgo en mi F-150 a ayudar a otros con todo mi equipo, sé que voy en la dirección correcta.
Saving is free. Introducing the all-new Regulators. Earn points when you shop. Redeem them on what you want. Get more for your money. Get started in the Meyer app.
Some things leave you guessing. MailChimp eliminates the guesswork from your number by suggesting ways to reduce copy, imagery, and layout. Guess less, sell more, with MailChimp.
Yes, you are.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, hey, look at that. It pushed up.
But we are concerned about depositors and are focused on trying to make.
Oh yeah, Darren, that's absolutely true. Look at it's continuing to just push up real hard now, crypto. Look at this. It's just continuing to push up, but I'm gonna go. I gotta help Julie. We're gonna go figure this out real quick. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I really do. If you're trading futures and stuff, be careful. It's becoming very volatile, especially because the USDC and USDT, you don't know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. We don't know what's going on with these big price rises, so just protect your money at all costs. That's the last thing I'm going to say. Protect your money. Julie?
Yes. What was missing was exactly the fate of Silicon Valley Bank.
Rusty, been loading up. Last time I got in at 45 cent XRP, I'm in at 37 now with an even bigger bag. Yep. And then if it goes down, you buy more. You know, if it gets down to real cheap, that's when you can go and expand on your bags. But you're doing exactly what you're supposed to. Right now, though, this pump right now, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what we make of this, folks. Not even, I mean, I know what to make of it, but just be careful. I'm just going to tell you right now, protect yourselves and just pay attention. I'm glad we were able to hang out for about an hour today. I think it was an hour, yeah, an hour. You know, but make sure you pay attention to your stuff. I mean, it's that simple. I took off most of my money. The only money that's even on is the money that I won from a trading competition, and it still wouldn't let me take out like $300 and something. So it's one of those things. You have to trade it in the futures, and if you lose, I would rather lose it than give it back to the house and just take my money out, because I have like $1,100 on there, and it would let me take out $700, but $386 out of the $800 is still locked up because I didn't trade enough on the futures, and it frees it up. It's so stupid how it does it. So that's the only money I have left on the futures. So I'm being very volatile with it, and if I lose it, I lose it. And I honestly don't even care at this point. It's more of I want to get the $700 and something off the exchange. That is mine. And then if I lose the 300 and something because of volatility, it's just even more of a reason why I wanted to get that other money off in the first place. But it is something, it's crazy. This is just craziness right now. The way it's moving right now is just craziness. And I'm happy. You guys know I've been buying XRP from sub 40 cents and then even sub 30. So as it goes up, it's fine by me. But I would much rather the markets go down and correct the way they need to instead of trapping people at every level. That's the problem. The problem is that so many people are becoming trapped now.
We saw a decidedly positive reaction in the markets. US futures are really rebounding.
Appreciate that, Rusty. Yeah, I mean, I was called every name in the book at $1.66, but we eventually did get here. Darren, I'm on the sidelines to top up the bags before I freeze them. Yep. Yes, sir, Darren. Yes, sir. Spot on. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. But just protect yourself, everybody. And I really do have to go. Julie's waiting for me. I called her, but she's not even in here anymore, which means she's waiting for me. So before I get in trouble and get my balls chopped off, remember, just stay vigilant. Watch the update I put out earlier. Share this. And if you have to rewatch it again, have a good night, Rusty, Darren, CW, everybody who's comment, or JW, I mean, Brett, Jose, welcome in, Jose. Have a good night as well. And then trading with J-Rod. I remember you were here in the beginning. I appreciate everybody for being here. Hashtag be better, do better. Hashtag FUD Assassins. And remember, help one person each and every day. Because if I don't do my part and you don't do your part, what the hell is the point in this great journey? Pay attention to the total crypto market cap. Pay attention to USDC if this is for real. Or if it ends up depegging again. Because something tells me now that USDC did it. Does that mean USDT? Or what else is coming now? What else is coming now? This hasn't ended yet. Signature Bank closed down. It was forced to close down by New York State regulators after what happened with Silicon Valley Bank, after what happened with Silvergate, 3 of the top crypto banks in the USA. So take that for what it's worth. I think we're coming in for a massive dump, but you know, what the hell do I know? But there's pressure. There's pressure. They're going to pump this up and make it look good. Get as many people as they possibly can. We got CPI coming out, I believe, on the, what is it? What is it? I don't even know what the fuck the day is for the CPI. 15th or 3rd. I don't know, who the hell knows. We'll talk about the CPI later. But this doesn't look like it. Look, at least a little bit of volume came in on that candle. Remember what we were talking about? Can we at least get a little bit of volume? Little bit of volume. That's a little bit of volume. I mean, when I say a little bit, it's a little bit. It didn't get back up to 170, but at least it's a little bit. And now we're going to see if at the end of this candle, if it pulls down and that's more sell volume that's going to get dumped into it. There's so many things that can happen at the end of these cycles. It's incredible. It's incredible. That's why I keep saying just invest. Sub 40 cents. We waited for so long to get here. And as it rises up, and if you want to be, if you want to try to make some money or if you want to go against what you're thinking, just short the market while you're stacking your chips. I'm not saying put a lot of money in, but if you want to lose a few hundred, $200, $300, $400, $500 max over time, try to short the market. Don't take away from what you're trading with. Maybe win a trading competition so you can trade with for a while like I did. You know, I'm not saying that that's everybody's going to be able to do that. I probably wouldn't be able to do it again. But, we find our ways. But right now, it's very volatile. I guarantee you right now, shorts and longs alike are getting bent over and literally railed. Railed. That's why it's bullshit that they put me in the spot where I have to trade in volatility. Because I'd rather lose it than give it back to the house for free just to take my money off. So anybody who knows, they know. So I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. It is a spicy meatball. Like JW said, ironically, I made my sauce today. My homemade 6th generation old sauce. I believe it's 6th generation. It's going to be a lot more. But homemade meatballs, the spaghetti sauce. And I put some, made some beef in there as well. And had the parsley, basil, oregano. The growing oregano, parsley, and basil that I just take down myself. And then, it was fantastic. Cut some garlic, put it in the pan. The total crypto market cap, let's see what it does here. As it did get over 1 trillion briefly. Now, we are getting later. And I want to see how far they can possibly pump this. You guys don't understand. This is a lot more fun for me when it's pumping than dumping. Or if it's, I mean, it just needs to be a break point. I don't care if it's dumping or pumping, but what I care about is people's reaction. So I get to see, you know, the true reaction of the market. So I appreciate everybody who hit that like button. I don't even know how many people came in here during the time. It was probably just the same 65 people. But I do appreciate everybody who's been in here. I really do. Greatly do. I really do. So that's what I got for you. Stay blessed, everybody, and keep in mind everything that I've said. Stay blessed.